You know what really stings? Like, really hits you in the chest and makes your stomach drop all at once? Seeing your own face cut out of a family photo. Not metaphorically. Literally. Like scissors to paper. Snip, snip, goodbye. Like you were never there to begin with. Oh, sorry. Let me back up and introduce myself. My name's Holly. 32 years old. Born and raised in Pennsylvania. Still close enough to my crazy family to get roped into every Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Labor Day barbecue. I work in graphic design, live in a small apartment with my cat Franklin, and have what I thought was a mostly normal family. You know, loud, nosy, full of opinions. But deep down they loved each other. Or so I thought. Until this happened. So picture this. It was 2 weeks after Thanksgiving last year. I was visiting Grandma to help put up Christmas decorations. Her arthritis was acting up and she needed someone to crawl into the attic for the dusty old boxes. After dragging down the wreaths and tangled light strands, I plopped onto the old green sofa in her living room for a break. That's when I noticed the big family photo above the fireplace. The one we'd taken at last year's Christmas dinner. All 23 of us squeezed together. Uncles, aunts, cousins, babies. I remember standing right between Grandma and my cousin Marissa, who was smiling like she owned the world. I was wearing my burgundy sweater. My favorite. But no. I wasn't there. At first I thought my eyes were playing tricks. Like wait, where's me? I stood up, squinting. My body was there. My shoulders were there. But my head, my face was gone. Clean cut. Like someone took an X-Acto knife and carved me right out. And in my place, no kidding, was a tiny printout of Marissa's smiling face, glued carefully on top of my body. I froze. My breath actually caught in my throat. What the hell? Grandma, I finally asked, trying to keep my voice calm. What happened to this photo? Why is my face missing? She looked up from her knitting, squinting over her glasses. Oh, that's the one Marissa took home last month to fix. Said something about touching it up. I thought you knew. My heart dropped like a rock in my chest. Marissa took the photo? He did this. Grandma kept talking, totally unaware that my world was cracking open like an egg. Marissa said you two weren't really speaking anymore after that little misunderstanding over the summer, so she just made a change. She shrugged like it was nothing. Like erasing your own cousin from a family picture was some casual afternoon hobby. But this wasn't just some awkward cousin drama. No. This was bigger. See, Marissa and I hadn't been speaking much since July, after I caught her sneaking $50 out of Grandma's purse at the 4th of July cookout. She'd sworn it was a misunderstanding, that she was just borrowing cash to grab soda before the store closed. But I knew the truth. And I told her if I ever caught her pulling crap like that again, I'd tell the whole family. She hadn't spoken to me since. I figured she was mad. I figured she'd gossip about me to the aunts, maybe block me on Instagram. Normal cousin revenge stuff. But this was psycho-level petty. She didn't just want to ignore me. She wanted me gone. Cut out. Like I was some ugly stain on the perfect family canvas she wanted to paint. I stared at the photo for a full minute, heart racing, chest tight. All the memories in that moment came flooding back. All the birthdays we'd spent at Grandma's house. Sleepovers where we'd shared secrets. Matching Christmas pajamas when we were 12. And now, she'd literally cut me out of the picture. As if none of it ever happened. As if I was nobody. It was such a small, ridiculous thing, but God, it hurt. Way worse than it should have. Like this little paper cut was slashing right through every bit of family trust one had left. And the more I stood there, the angrier I got. Who does that? Who has the guts, the sickness, to erase their own cousin from a family photo and think they'd get away with it? Marissa must have thought she was so clever. That I'd never notice. That she could quietly rewrite history one snip at a time. But she underestimated one thing. Me. Because if Marissa wanted a quiet family feud, she was about to get a full-blown war. I couldn't sleep that night. I lay in bed staring at the ceiling in the dark, the glow of my phone screen lighting up the room every few minutes as I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled, rereading old texts, photos, messages I'd saved but never thought I'd need. But now they were ammo. Here's the thing about Marissa. Everyone in the family thinks she's this perfect golden girl. Always smiling, always baking cookies for Grandma, always so helpful at church events. She's got this shiny Instagram life. Brunches, yoga poses, charity runs. But I know her better than anyone else. Because I knew the real Marissa. Like the time she borrowed Aunt Linda's credit card when we were 19 to buy Sephora makeup and blamed it on the cleaning lady. Or when she faked a minor car accident to get out of driving grandma to her dentist appointment because she had a Tinder date. But the crown jewel. Oh, the crown jewel was last Christmas Eve. Marissa had a little too much champagne at the office party. And she sent me the wrong text. I'll never forget it. 10:23 p.m. A screenshot of her boss's flirty message and a caption. Guess whose married boss just invited her to his hotel suite tonight? Too easy LMAO. Merry Christmas to me. I froze when I got it. I texted back. Marissa, you meant to send this to someone else, right? No reply. Just 3 dots. And then nothing. I saved the screenshot. Just in case. Now here I was 6 months later sitting in my living room with Franklin the cat purring on my lap, staring at that same screenshot. I thought about letting it go. Really. I wanted to be the bigger person. But then I thought of that photo frame on Grandma's mantle. My smiling face. Gone. My memories. Erased. Oh. Not this time. See, Marissa could play dirty. But I could play smarter. I opened my notes app and started typing. Operation Golden Girl Crash. Step 1. Ruin her perfect family girl image. Step 2. Ruin her good little church girl act. Step 3. Watch her fake life burn to the ground. I already had the texts about her boss. But I needed more. So I started digging. I remembered the gossip from Aunt Linda. Something about Marissa bragging that she accidentally walked off with church donation money last spring and never gave it back. A quick DM to her old friend Sarah confirmed it. She kept like $200 from the Easter fundraiser. Said she deserved it for planning the stupid thing, Sarah wrote. Didn't she tell you that? I smiled. Screenshot. Then I found her fake volunteer hours log from the community center. The one she posted to make it look like she served soup to the homeless all summer when really she was on a cruise in Cabo. More screenshots. Every little perfect brick in her fake castle. Ready to fall. But the cherry on top? Her secret OnlyFans account. Yep. My pure Christian girl cousin had a spicy side hustle. A locked profile under the name Cherry Blush _88. Confirmed by a mutual friend from college who swore it was her. Screenshot. I sat back staring at the mountain of dirt I'd collected in just 2 hours. This wasn't petty revenge anymore. This was justice. Because you don't just cut someone out of the family photo and think you get away clean. Not when the person you cut out has the receipts. I knew the family wouldn't believe me if I just told them. They'd call me bitter. Jealous. Overreacting. No. I needed everyone to see. To hear. To know the truth all at once. And what better day to drop the truth bomb than Grandma's 80th birthday party? Everyone would be there. Everyone. The perfect crowd. The perfect stage. All I had to do was wait. And Marissa? She had no idea what was coming. The day of Grandma's 80th birthday arrived like a quiet storm. Sunshine, birds chirping, balloons tied to the fence. Everything looking so picture perfect. Like the calm before something breaks. I could feel it in my chest. This was the day. Grandma's backyard was packed. Folding chairs everywhere. A giant sheet cake that said, Happy 80th Queen Bee, in loopy pink frosting. Even the weird neighbor Mr. Donnelly showed up, probably for the free food. And Marissa? Oh, she looked flawless. Like she always does. Flowing white sundress, hair curled into beachy waves, soft pink lipstick. Playing hostess like she was born for it. Passing out lemonade, fussing over Grandma's shawl, snapping selfies with the little cousins. Fake. So fake I could barely stand to look at her. But everyone else? Oh, they ate it up. Isn't Marissa wonderful? Such a good girl, always helping Grandma. You're lucky to have a cousin like her, Holly. I smiled politely. I said nothing. But my phone was in my pocket, and it buzzed gently. A text from Sarah. Good luck. Don't hold back. I felt my heart thump hard. It was time. As everyone gathered under the string lights for the big toast, plastic champagne flutes in hand, smiles wide, cameras flashing, I stood up and cleared my throat. Hey, before we toast Grandma, I said, my voice carrying just enough to silence the chatter, I want to share something. A few memories that didn't make it into the family scrapbook. A few heads turned. Curious. Smiling. Except Marissa. Her eyes locked on mine. I saw it. The flicker. The panic. I pulled out my phone, opened the Bluetooth speaker, and hit play. Marissa's drunk voice, clear as day, poured out across the backyard. Ugh, this place is so boring. Same old people, same old food. Honestly, no one would notice if half these old farts just croaked already. I swear to God, if Grandma talks about her stamp collection one more time, I'll scream. The crowd froze. You could hear the potato salad spoon drop into the bowl. I let it hang there. Let it soak in. Aunt Linda gasped. Uncle Bill muttered, "What the hell?" Cousin Jason stared at Marissa like she'd just grown horns. And the poor Grandma, set down her glass of pink lemonade and looked right at Marissa. "So that's how you really feel about me, Marissa?" she said softly. Marissa's perfect smile cracked. Her mouth opened, no words came out. That was a joke. It was a private thing. It's fake. Someone edited it," she stammered, waving her hands like she could swat the words away. But I wasn't done. "Fake? Really? Like these?" I flipped the screen and held up the screenshots. The boss messages. The donation money lie. The fake volunteer hours. The secret side hustle. One by one. Like flipping cards in a poker game no one knew she was playing. I watched the color drain from her face. "You cut me out of the family photo, Marissa," I said, my voice low but clear. "But you can't cut the truth out of real life. Not this time." Dead. Silence. Even the breeze stopped. Grandma turned to Marissa, her voice like ice. "Get out of my house." Marissa stood frozen. Like she didn't know what planet she was on. Then she turned and ran, heels sinking into the grass, face blotchy, hair wild. Gone. The backyard buzzed like a broken radio. Whispers. Gasps. Heads shaking. Cousin Jason laughed softly like he couldn't believe it. But me. I just stood there. Holding my phone. Heart pounding. And Grandma, a sweet Grandma, reached over, patted my hand and said with the softest smile, "Some things and some people can't be cut out so easily, Holly." The party didn't recover after that. I mean, how could it? You don't drop a bomb like that into the middle of Grandma's backyard and expect everyone to just slice the cake and move on. People stood around awkwardly, pretending to sip their drinks, whispering in tight little circles. Aunt Linda sat frozen in her chair, staring at the grass like it had answers. Uncle Bill just kept shaking his head, mumbling, "Unbelievable." I knew she was shady, but this. The little cousins didn't even understand what was going on. They ran inside to play with Franklin, my cat, who somehow ended up being the only one enjoying himself that day. And Grandma? She was quiet for a long time. Just sitting there in her wicker chair, hands folded, eyes scanning the backyard like she was rewinding her whole life. Every birthday, every Christmas, every Marissa hug or smile or, "I love you, Grandma." Probably wondering how much of it was ever real. Finally, she looked at me. "Holly," she said softly, "you didn't have to protect me like this. But I'm so glad you did." I felt tears sting my eyes. I hadn't cried, not yet, but hearing Grandma say that almost broke me. I smiled, swallowed hard, and squeezed her hand. "You deserved to know," I whispered. The family left early. Nobody wanted cake after that. One by one they drifted out, muttering half-hearted goodbyes, glancing at me like they weren't sure whether to hug me or salute me. I didn't care. I sat next to Grandma, quietly holding her hand until the yard was empty and the string lights buzzed faintly overhead. 2 weeks later, the real shock came. Grandma texted me. It was a photo. The family portrait, the original one, restored. My face, my smile, my burgundy sweater. Right where they belonged. No cuts. No edits. Just me. Beneath the photo was a simple message. "Some things and some people can't be cut out so easily. Love, Grandma." I smiled so wide my cheeks hurt. And then I saw the frame. Grandma had added a tiny gold plate at the bottom. Engraved into it, clear as day. "Holly. Always part of this family." And Marissa? She disappeared from everything after that. No Christmas invite. No Easter brunch. No 4th of July barbecue. Even Aunt Linda, her biggest defender, stopped mentioning her name. Her Instagram. Deleted. Her perfect church girl reputation? Gone. And the final twist? Word got back to her married boss, the one she bragged about. His wife found out. His company did too. Marissa lost her job within a month. I never touched a single photo frame again. Because the best revenge The sweetest justice is not being cut out of the picture. It's knowing you belong and watching the one who tried to erase you fade away instead.